Nearly 17 years have passed since a young Central Texas girl was abducted and found dead. Her murder left a painful mark in the community, as investigators have yet to catch her killer.
Now, as News 10 investigates, detectives tell our Nick Delgado they have new leads and will not let this case go unsolved.
Those who knew her called her Nini. All dressed up in a white button-up shirt and a vest, her hair tied up in pigtails. This photo is one of the last ever taken of Danydia+Thompson.
Tragic, unbelievable, disheartening.
Words used to describe the 7-year-old's mysterious death. On an April 30 morning in 1997,
Danydia was going to school.
She disappeared on her way to what then was Marlboro Elementary in Killeen. Now, years later, details of her disappearance remain unclear. Witnesses said Nini walked away from the school with an unknown man, and last seen riding on her abductor's back about a block away on Jeffries Avenue and Veterans Memorial Boulevard.
She didn't show up at her home at her normal time, routine that she always shows up at home. And that was when the police department got involved.
An extensive search for Nini went on for nearly 2 weeks.
Found her on 195 in a trash bag out by Lampasas River.
After her death, a result of homicidal violence, investigators put out this sketch of the man witnesses last saw her with, but it produced no usable leads.
We interviewed people who knew what happened. They just did not cooperate with us. And because of the lack of evidence, what made it really frustrating.
Now, almost 2 decades after the brutal murder, Killeen Police Detective Fred Harris has taken on the investigation with a passion.
This is just a small portion of what I go through periodically. Obviously, this is not all of it.
Reopening boxes of evidence that contain Nini's clothing and even the dirt from the area where her remains were found. All to see if some small detail of the tragedy that since haunted the community might have been missed.
It's extremely large. There was a lot of evidence collected back then, a lot of interviews, a lot of police footwork. There were a lot of things done that we have to go back and research.
3 years into the investigation, Harris has used polygraph tests, handwriting analysis, and even forensic hypnosis to help witnesses remember the day.
You know, you're talking about a case that happened in 1997. Sometimes people tend to forget a lot of the details that they may or may not have told police. Maybe they forgot the details in 1997 because of how tragic this incident was. I would like to just say that at this point in time, people or the person who's involved in this tragic incident should be looking over their shoulder right about now. No one deserves to die that way. Nobody.
With new leads, Harris says he's confident Nini's killer will be brought to justice. Nick Delgado, KWTX News 10.